elimination in team history. And by the way, this will be the first Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals since 2018. The Warriors ultimately defeated the Rockets. They went on to win the title in that Game 7. Ooh, it sets up a pretty table for us and a trip back to OKC. Shout out to the Skirvin Hotel. Can't wait to see you again. Back here in the Frost Bank Center, hanging out with the Hall of Famers on the court. And listen, the Spurs fans are still in here celebrating. I think they're starting to try to move them out. Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady here with you. Well, the one thing that we said was Victor Wembanyama has to have a statement game. That's exactly what he did. 22 points in that first half. We saw a huge run by the Spurs to close out the third quarter, a 22-0 run, and ultimately that set up a victory in a huge way, T-Mac, for the Spurs in Game 6.
We said it. What had to be done was done tonight, and that's Wemby coming out, being aggressive. Attack, attack, attack. This team goes as Wemby goes, and we've seen that in Games 1. We saw that in example of Game 4. Now we've seen that again tonight. So that tells you there's 3 games that you won where Wemby has been aggressive, been attacking, often and early and often, and the result comes out to a victory for San Antonio. That's the recipe. He has to know that, and I'm sure his guys, the veteran guys, are talking to him and really telling him that. HB, you can see him on the bench having that conversation with him, just standing in his ear and letting him know how important he is to this team and what needs to be done.
Devin Vassell too. Devin Vassell told him, calm down, chill out. We got this. We still got to play it the right way. But I want to give a shout out to Wemby, right? Because we was on Wemby. We said Wemby had to be transcending. And tonight, his leadership to me as a young player in this league, showing that he can lead this team, showing that he can lead this team here on this home court in front of this crowd, showing that he can force a Game 7. That was special to watch tonight. And also, he took away a lot of things from OKC. OKC, their body language today wasn't up to par for me. They didn't look and come out like it was a Game 6 on the road.
Well, they couldn't get them shots. They couldn't get the normal shots.
You know, we like the vibe. We like the energy when we see a team just going through. I don't want to say going through the motions, but just they look one step slow today. They look one step slow, like they was ready to get this to OKC Game 7. But Wemby's leadership today was top notch, and big shout out to Wemby for that.
When you want to build your legacy, you come out with 22 and 10 in 28 minutes. In 28 minutes. And that means he's taking care of business. He didn't waste any time. He didn't play his way into it. He started the game off hot. In the green room, I looked at y'all like, here we go. Y'all didn't believe me, but here we go. And that's what you need. Now, how do you bottle that up and take that on the road? Because Game 7 on the road in OKC, we know how those fans are. You have to find a way. There's no excuses now. Oh, I'm tired. You only played 28 minutes. You did your work. Now, right now, it's preparing for Game 7 starts right now.
Yeah, now the Spurs are 7-1 when Wemby scores at least 25 points in the postseason. So it really does depend on him. I think what we've been missing is the back-to-back games from Wemby. So we'll see if we can get that. But first, let's get into what we saw from Shea. And I want to know what the Spurs did to really bottle him up, lowest shooting or scoring output, and ultimately field goal percentage so far in this series.
Well, again, they was triple teaming, double teaming Shea. They like to send him right now. The game plan against Shea is to send him right. And you can tell Shea's been focused on getting right and making plays going right. Shea, at the end of the day, tonight was a quiet night for him. But overall, Shea's been very effective in this series. He's been efficient in this series. He's been carrying his team. It's just tonight. The Spurs came out, and they were more dominant. They were more ready to play tonight than OKC. Here's where we're going to see the back-to-back MVP.
No, here's where you're going to see Stephon Castle because he's stepping right on up to the plate. There he is. Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is that what desperation looks like when your back's against the wall in an elimination game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, y'all stood up strong. Like, talk to us about what the conversation was coming off of Game 5. What didn't look like anyone's best to perform the way that you guys did here tonight to keep your season rolling.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to limit our mistakes and don't try and think too far ahead. We know we had to handle this game first before anything, and we felt like we knew our backs were against the walls, and if we punched them in the mouth first, that they were going to lay down.
My question to you is, you're guarding a 2-time MVP. That's a tall task. You're a young fella in this league, but the fearless mindset you have, when you're watching film on Shea, and you don't have to give us your game plan because we don't want that out there, but when you watching film, what do you see that you can apply on the floor that works for you?
I mean, just using my frame to my advantage. You know, if I know if he can't bump me off my spot, then I can get a good contest on, you know, most of his shots and just try and make it tough on him. But I mean, just trying to send him to my help. You know, I feel like it's my you know, it's my assignment, but I feel like it's a team defense that's been making it really tough on him.
After Game 5, you said you wanted to see more from Wemby. You need Wemby to be more aggressive. Tonight, he did that. What do you see the difference in Wemby tonight was?
I just think the way he came out aggressive in that mindset, whether he was making or missing shots. I just think he didn't leave anything, you know, on the floor. I think just the way he came in the locker room and kind of set the tone for us. I feel like it spread an energy throughout our whole locker room, and I feel like that's why we came out like that.
After Game 5, next morning watching film, what was said by the players, not the coaches? Because I know the coaches are going to always have something to say. What was said by the players about what needed to be done in preparation for the game tonight? This is backs against the wall, like you've said, we've heard. But what was said, like, to motivate everybody? Because before you answer that, Wemby walked in his outfit, and that told us everything.
Right.
But what was said leading to that?
I just think, I mean, as a group, I mean, we all want this. I mean, it's right there in front of us, and I mean, we feel like collectively that we're better than this team, and I mean, we didn't want to let our fans down on our home court either. So, coming out here with a chance to go back in OKC and play a Game 7, I feel like that's all the motivation you need.
I'm curious, your coach calls you an attack dog. And one of the things we talk about, just being a young player, like balancing aggression but staying disciplined throughout what is about to be a 7-game series. How do you view that? How do you balance it? Because it's such a big part of your game, just being aggressive.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I want to be aggressive. You know, I want to impose my will on the game. But I know, especially playing against these guys, just as a young player, it's kind of hard to take in, you know, trying to take something away from your game. But, I mean, you got to do it for the team at the end of the day. So I feel like it's better to have me on the court and try and make an impact that way than, you know, try and impose my will on the game.
I love the mindset.
I know,
I love it.
By the way, I've been waiting for you to get up here because I needed a down South Georgia boy to show up. We got all these folks from all over the place. I haven't been able to celebrate, so thank you for joining us. Bye, guys.
Of course.
A little bit of Georgia love.
A little bit, just a little bit of
Georgia
something.
love.
Bouncing back from San Antonio to Oklahoma City. This guy's from Covington, Georgia, went to Newton High School. All right, let's go back to the podium, check in with the media, and hear what's being said post-game from Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Cassell's teammate.
Vic, to your right, what did you feel like the biggest difference between last game